Hi, my name is Paula. I've been a member of St. Thomas Aquinas since 2014. In my life, I've been called a lot of things, but first and foremost, and in the context of my various roles, I'd like to be called a good Christian. That's asking a lot, and I'm not saying I'm worthy of being called that. This is one reason I was hesitant to give testimony for Witness Wednesday. I have, however, learned that we must start somewhere, and God meets us where we are. I think since I was a kid, I felt God's presence in nature. As a young adult, I felt strongly that our faith and our love for God should compel us to care for the beautiful earth and all of its creation, given to us by God. The book of Genesis says, God saw everything he made, and indeed it was very good. It goes on to say that God gave humankind dominion over every living thing on the earth, and that God created humankind in his image. I think another way to say this is, God created this wonderful earth, including the creation of humans in his image, and he gave us the privilege and the responsibility of caring for this beautiful home as he would. Following my desire to care for God's creation, I have worked as both an environmental scientist and a registered nurse. It's only in the past few years that I've found a place professionally that allows me to work at the critical intersection of human and environmental health. My focus over the years has been on the cleanup of contaminated sites, but I now give presentations to nursing students about the human health effects of climate change. The magnitude and breadth of the effects of climate change on God's creation, especially the most vulnerable, have really been illuminated to me, and I realize, rather than feeling overwhelmed and paralyzed by this, I must and I can do something. While big systems changes are indeed needed, I can do something. It will make a difference, and it will hopefully be an example to others. One of the changes I've sought to make is moving to a lower carbon footprint, more plant-based diet. Research has found that shifting from a vegetarian meal one day a week for a year can save the equivalent of driving 1,160 miles. Put another way, if everyone in the U.S. skipped to meat and cheese one day a week for a year, it'd be like taking 7.6 million cars off the road. It's been a bit of an adventure for my family, but I found some new favorite recipes, and my kids understand why it's important to make these food choices. Another thing I do to reduce my carbon footprint is to avoid idling my car. Some people believe that restarting a car is bad for it or wastes gas. However, neither is true with today's car. Idling for just 10 seconds wastes more gas than restarting the engine. And the best way to warm your car is by easing into your drive, not by idling. For every 10 minutes your engine is off, you'll prevent 1 pound of carbon dioxide from being released. One last thing I'll mention is that I finally started composting. I contemplated this for many years and was afraid I wouldn't do it right. With the encouragement of someone I know through church, I finally did it without fear of doing it wrong. And it's easy and gratifying. My husband and I also bought into community solar. Today, though, I wanted to highlight these other choices as they are no cost and simple things to do in our everyday lives. I share my story hoping that we might encourage each other in our faith in all ways, but most especially this month in how we care for the beautiful common home God has given us. Thank you.